Hi everyone, welcome back. Okay, we have a targeting debt update. Yes, we do. I felt the need to have a cup of coffee on standby before we get into this because playing the game. I'm playing the game. Let me just go back just a few and talk to you because I want to say thank you to you all, right? Yesterday's video, I didn't do my math correctly. The day before, I think I had a boo-boo. And I want to get into this because I'm on the phone with the traveling and savings chief today, and she was driving back to class, right? And she's on base. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm driving to work." Meanwhile, she was supposed to go to another building. She goes, "Did that ever happen to you?" I go, "Oh my God, the more she does things that are like me, with no offense, Andra, I don't want you to get old. Do I feel like it's an old thing? Sometimes. I just feel like we were in the middle of a conversation and you were just distracted. You were in auto mode, right? Your pilot was taking over, your automatic pilot. And I feel that way. And it's so weird because I'm thinking, if you look at these two numbers, right? Follow me on this. On the 11th, I had 354. I had made a mistake and the tally should have been 354. And then yesterday, I wrote down 354, but it was supposed to be 340. 354 is playing a game with me. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm like, whoa. So you guys catch that, and I love you for it. Now, I'm feeling extremely accomplished today because I caught up with the hop. I was back in February. That's how far back I had to go. So I go back. I went all the way back to Mindy's budgeting. I am now up to date with Miss Judy. Now, Miss Judy had a little boo-boo in there, so make sure you read the comments. And I want to tell you and show you where I'm at with this. So we're going to put that right there, right? But before we get into that, the month of March, the month of April, here on this channel is all about mindsets. Wait, stop. Believe it or not, I put myself into a mindset back in January when I started this journey and I didn't even realize it. I am beyond focused. Everything else in my life right now is secondary. Secondary. I'm still doing me. I'm still doing me for everyone else, but I am extremely focused. This is over on Budget with Mama Bear's Ko-fi. Please go check her out. It was on her last hot video. Believe you can do anything and achieve the unthinkable. Mindset is everything. Please go check this out. And is that not gorgeous? Gorgeous. Can't wait to start working on this. I knew she had made that, but because I did not watch that video until today, I did not print it, and now it's going to be in my daily. My debt journey, I was always on a save journey and paying down debt. This year, something literally smacked me upside the back of the head. Literally. I felt like I got jushed upside the back of the head. Remember when you were kids and you used to get a little whoop, right? You say something out of line, you get smacked. Well, I feel like maybe God didn't hit me, but maybe he did. Maybe he did. Maybe he said, "Donna, come on, wake up. I'm putting all these tools in front of you. When are you going to see them?" Because he leads you to them. It's up to us to see it, right? So on January 5th, I said, "That's it. I'm going to look at this." And then I did a debt confession. All these videos are linked in a playlist down below. Go grab that playlist and watch it because the journey has been pretty awesome. I am in the middle of velocity banking. What does that mean, velocity banking? Go over to Fantastic, spelt with two N's. I will link her down below. Christy Van. She teaches velocity banking. I am doing velocity banking with my own twist. So I wrote a letter to God, and I wanted to see all my debts paid in full. Little did I know, it was fast-tracked. I started watching Fantastic's velocity banking, and then I started talking about it more and more on my videos, and I go live every Sunday night. The traveling and savings chief, Miss Andra, joins me, and we talk finances for 2+ hours. Oh my gosh, we are planting seeds into so many brains. How do we pay down our debt with as little interest as possible? Because when you look at it, your interest is always high and your principal is always low. Banks are making money and you're losing money. We're switching that up. So I started doing math for, and I'm not throwing my papers away. I'm not. These are all of my notes and my literally my scratches. And I've had to change my mindset. I had to change it. Everything that I was used to doing forever now has to get pushed aside, and a new logical way of thinking is coming into play, and I've got to make it a new habit. All right. Totally different than what we've been taught our entire life. I then had to go from my regular sinking fund envelopes to actually one binder. I used to have 6 binders, 5 binders. I'm down to 1 binder, and it's based on monthlies. So January is done and February is done, and I can honestly say March is now complete. Even though we're still into March, I need to focus on April. April's numbers have stayed the same so far, and I think I need $3,148 to pay down April's sinking fund envelope, right? So then March comes along, and I did get our taxes in, and I'm going to zoom you in. Our taxes came in, so we need to have taxes for the property because I don't have a mortgage anymore, and that's now my responsibility. So I have to pay our taxes. I have property that doesn't have, actually, this is the building. The building got reassessed where TJ has his, my son has his stuff. It went from 120 to 631. No, this is not my responsibility, but the property's still mine. So I will bring this to his table. I will pay it, and then he'll have to give me the money back. There's 2 acres next to the building, right? That's mine and John's. I have to pay that. That's mine. But this is my responsibility because I do the banking. My name is on these deeds, these land deeds. They're mine and my husband's. My responsibility. What I look to get back is this, but I still want to have my full number and then get paid back. So this is what it looks like for me right now, right? This was my notes on how did I figure out what each binder and envelope had and then needed, right? And I got rid of like clothing and things like that. I'm going to play. Okay, so can I just show you? So I went through every original sinking fund envelope, broke it down into months, figured out what had to be counted for as a necessity bill, a bill that I have to have that money for. And that's how I got to this. This is over on my .com. If this is something that sparks your interest. Now I'm going to go over in January. I started with $104,941 in debt. That's a mortgage, that's a car, and that's a truck. I also had I still have, right? I'm not looking at these too much right now. I'm really not. Bank of America had 0% financing, and our mattress has 0% financing. That's due by September, and that's due by April. Will I have it done? Oh my gosh, I will. I will. Okay. This is where I'm at. So is it more than 104? Yes. But 104, 941.03 went on to a HELOC. HELOC carries, which is a home equity line of credit. It's not a loan. It's a line of credit. Why a line of credit versus a loan? Because lines of credit work with simple interest. Loans charge you interest up front. They're going to get their money no matter what, where a line of credit does not. A loan, your money goes in to pay it, and it's gone. A line of credit, your money goes in, and if you need it, you may use it again. You may put it in, you may use it again. You might call this Peter and Paul. You rob from Peter to pay Paul. I know that's what it seems like, but it's not. It's not. And I'll explain why. And I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail. Let me go into where we're at right now. Okay. So these are all done, but what I'd like to do is this. Stand by with me, because I'm really trying hard to keep everything that works together. Because these notes, you guys are going to laugh, but you know that I've been tracking my funds since the 80s, and I still have my ledgers. I like to look back at them. I love it. All right. It kind of tells a story. It really does. These to me are extremely important. This year, I think I want to save forever. I do. Because why? It was a mindset. It was a law of attraction. All right. I'm going to show you all something. I'm going to zoom you in. I printed out the spreadsheet because sometimes it's easier to look at it on paper than it is to look at it on the screen, and I can point. Ready? Okay, I decided to do the spreadsheet instead. I'm going to give you a few seconds to look at this and take it in. Column A in the beginning up here is all about my interest rate, my income cash flow that I'm going to be throwing at this, and what my high and low balance was to begin with, right? Then you come down here, and this was my notes from 10 to 32, and then all of these in H, I, and J, and K are my notes. Do you see all these? These are all my notes. In columns D, E, F, and G, those are the formulas. This is where we're at. So I'm looking to see, let's look at line 11. On line 11, we actually added in our first interest, which was $319.39. I paid $319.39 on $104,941 in interest. Why? Because it was simple interest that was per diem, which means daily. It's not amortized, where they say $104,000, you're going to owe us $6,795 before this number even goes down. That's not the way it worked, right? Because I am simple interest, it's tallied on a daily basis of 8%. So I was able to take this monies of $104,000, right, and throw what I'm calling the kitchen sink at it. I threw anything over here that has an X with it, right? Anything over here, I threw at this entire thing. I emptied out my sinking funds. I emptied out my high yield savings account. I'm nailing this. I'm getting rid of it. Okay. So if we look at row 10, we'll start with 10, right? If we look at row 10, this was, actually, let's go back up. Let's go back up to 7. 7 was my payment of $6,000. So this was like over here, you see that I'm paying $6,000 a month. So that was my February payment. And row 7, where I'm at right now, got me to $63,441 in February. Then I got back $4,000 from escrow, which got me down to the $59,441. Then I got another $2,000 back that I did not put in this right away from escrow. That got me to the $57,000. Then my February save to sink. I want to throw an additional $1,500 a month at this from every save to sink month. So line 10 got me down to the $55,941. Then if you look over here, I have to add that interest, that $319. So that got me to $56,260. Then I had paid that interest plus some, right, just to get me down. It gave me, and I didn't have to do that. Your payment will always come from you dumping your money, your check into it, right? I decided that I had the monies and I wanted to add it. So I threw another $631.94 at this. And that got me down to $55,628.48. Then on line 13, I threw Haggerty at this. Now let me show you the cell. Do you see B28 right here? Do you see B28? Over here, if you go to B28, it shows you $2,000 from my Haggerty envelope. And I was okay with that. So what did I do? I threw it in there knowing that I'm going to take it out. Why? Because it knocks down my daily interest rate. It really does. So then that's where we're at right there, right? 53, 628. Then right here is my February, which would be my March payment. I got paid on the last day of the month. So on the last day of the month, this was my March payment. Got me down to the $47,628, right? That's my $6,000. Then if you look right here at the 42, you're like, Donna, where did that, like, how'd you go from 47 to the 42? Well, when you click on it, you look at B29, B31, and B32. B29 is the extra $1,500. B31 is the additional April, right? I remember I stole from April, which was fine, right? I took the March money and I took the April sinking fund money for 60 days. And then $300 was the extra $300 at the end of my Save to Sink video, which was my video of the first of the month. Please, those videos are so important to see where this money is coming from. So the $1,500 was the extra amount. And then I took from April and March, right here. That got me these numbers. I'm borrowing from myself on my own bank. So I got to $42,728.48. Then if you look over here, we have only $306.94 in interest. Yes, I did say only, right? Because when you go back up to the top, I cut that in half because I should have been at a higher number on a daily per diem basis. All right, so the 306.94, I have to add that in. So when I add that in, it gets me to the $43,035.42. I then took, look at B30. What is B30? I took $5,000 from the roof. Yeah, I did. Why? Why did I do that? I'm going to get to that in a second. So I want to show you this really quick. From the roof, we got to the $38,035.42. Then as of today, if I click on this, B17 are the coins. John got done with the nickels and the dimes. Do you see this? This was the nickels and dimes. 360 got thrown to this. Okay. Woo. So officially, as of today, I'm down to $37,675. Knowing that I'm going to eventually have to take $5,000 out of there, but I won't be adding to my debt. My debt's still going to stay the same. What am I doing? Look at what I'm doing. I'm saving on daily interest until I need that money. I don't know if he's coming in, we still have time in March. I don't know if he's coming in April. He might show up in May. Why should this money sit here and not help me pay as little interest as possible? And I'm okay with that, because the moment I have to take it out, I'll have that next payment to then throw back in there. So it's going to change the interest. Now let's look at this. Let's look at all this. Look at the interest. I'm calculating the interest on a daily basis over here. Do you see this? This is column J and K. I am tracking it. That's why the dates are in H. This is like so amazing to watch how it went from, it should have been 1862, and I got it down to 15. That's a savings of $3 a day. 3 times 30 is 90 bucks that I've been able to then throw into this to save even more money. All right, now come on down and look at March 13th. As of today, because it just reset for the month, right? I've got 2 days into this. I'm at $825 a day. $825 times 31. It's gonna probably be, it's gonna be 2,500 and 2,000. I'm sorry, 2,000. Gosh, no, $255.99. My calculator is saying $255.75. But you know what? Next week, I might take an additional $5,000 from the roof money and throw it at this. I might do it. I might do it. You never know. And that is just going to play the game with me in regards to daily interest. Unbelievable. Now let's switch. Ready? Let's get rid of this. All right, wait, let's not get rid of this. So as of today, it's 37,000, right? If I don't make any other payments by the time the end of the month comes, this is what I'm going to be looking at. 37,675. So this would be April's payment, May, June, July, August, and September's, right? But then add $5,000 to this, right? 5,000, but not really. I'm going to show you different math. Are you ready? Come on, let's look at different math. Here we go. Some more note-taking, some tracking, some looking at it with pen and paper. Now, what I want to do is this. I want to bring in a pencil. Not the pencils erase like they used to, but look, this is just the interest, right? And now we're at the 255, right? These are the estimates. This is what they're supposed to be. Like, can I do the math with you for a second? 1862 times 31 equals, this should have been the 577.22. I saved myself $200 in interest, right? Give or take. So these are the estimates: 255, 216, 177, 138, 98, 58. You see how it goes down? And this is where this is where I want to go over my robbing from Peter to pay Paul. Right? Look at how it drops from 58.18 to 17.81. Now, this is truly like magical math. Magical math. If you're still with me, give me starbursts. Give me bursts, okay? This is what, give or take, I'm thinking it was going to be. In the grand scheme of life, 1 year had me at $6,795.28. This is what the bank wanted me to give them. $6,700. I'm thinking close to this. Maybe I want to be under this. I want to be under this. Okay. So this is my good copy. This is my scratch copy. I wanted to show you the interest. So if I was to throw that next $5,000 at it, it's going to drop me down, right? It's going to drop me down. And just say it takes me a month to do the roof. I'm already at a lower number. Take that money out, throw my next check into it. I'm negotiating that interest rate. If you're not understanding that, please give me like a question mark and give me a question, and I will try to be more specific. Because it's based on a per diem. If you move your money on a regular basis or even an unregular basis, you're changing the interest rate on a daily basis. Throw your money into it for a little while, even though you know you're going to pull that money out of it. That's okay. You saved yourself daily interest. That's what I'm doing. That is exactly what I'm doing. So let's do the math here. I'm going to actually quickly make a photocopy of this one. Let's play with some numbers. All right, let's play with some numbers. So the roof money right now, I borrowed, right? This is on loan from me. That's how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm looking at it. That's on loan from me. Haggerty was supposed to be on loan from me, but I'm not going to use that as a loan. The money that I save in the month of March is going to be able to go towards this. The next monies might become a loan, because this is how I'm looking at it. This is how I'm looking at it. So in March is still in play, right? March is still in play. Just say I saved $3,000 in the month of March. Some of it will have to go to this. Some of it will have to go to this faster, right? But this is on a credit card. This is on a credit card, and that doesn't have to get paid until 4/28. So I could borrow, right? I can actually borrow this money. I could throw it into the HELOC, right? I could borrow it from myself, throw it in the HELOC, and then take it back out of the HELOC to pay the credit card bill on the 28th of the month. Why would I do that? You might say to yourself, that sounds like a lot of work, or why? Why would you do that? Why? To save interest to save daily interest. I know I keep repeating myself, but there's a reason, right? Okay, so here we are. This is where we're at as of today. This is projection. Remember that, projection, right? We're at this. How can I do this? Let's think about this. Right now, for me, this is becoming a game of interest. I talk about it being like a chess game, and or Stratego, and it's very strategic, right? How can I play the game, and how can I save myself money and interest? So I might take an additional $5,000 from the roof money. So what am I doing? I'm borrowing it from myself, for myself, to then give back to myself. That's how I'm looking at this. So if we took $5,000, we'd have $32,675.42. Now, I'm running the spreadsheet at the same time to double check my math. So we go from 37 to 32, right? That's all within the month of March. So then from there, right, if you look at this here cell, this will now have the interest that we might wind up paying, right? We might wind up paying this if I put that $5,000 down. So that's going to save me an additional $30 in interest. You might be like, well, it's only $30. To me, I want that $30. I do, I want it. So let's go back, right? So let's come over here and add, we're going to take away our $6,000, which is our April payment, right? So if we were to take that away, we'd be at $26,675.42. You know that I love pen to paper. Okay. Don't get dizzy. Don't get dizzy. All right. Look at that. 32 to the 26. But we're not even going to add that 22 in yet. Why? Because this is going to get paid on April 1st, right? This is going to get paid on April 1st. And my interest doesn't come through until the 10th. So I'm going to have 10 days of no interest, of not tallying interest. So we're going to take that out for this payment. So that's why I'm at, okay, let's take that out. And let's look at our numbers. There we go. 26,675.42, right? But in here somewhere, we're going to have to wind up paying, let's just see. What did I say the interest might be for the month of, see, it's going to change. When I add that 5,000, it's going to knock it to 716. It's going to knock it to 716. So 826, just say for, let's see, I'm trying to do the math. Let's do quick math. 826, and if we had 13 days, 10, 12 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll give it 13 days plus 716. I'm thinking it's going to be about like 190. I'm thinking. I don't know. Part of me says it might be about 190. But we're going to leave it at we're going to leave it right now. So let's come back over to here. So we're at the 26,675, right? This is April. But then you know that we normally add that extra $1,500. But I might not have that extra $1,500. I might have the 3,000 April save to sync, right? We're going to borrow this. This is getting borrowed. This is how I'm thinking. Now follow me, right? And that's gonna mess with the interest too, right? The interest isn't gonna know what hit it. All right, let's bring the spreadsheet back in. I hope that this doesn't confuse you too much. I really don't. I'm literally just playing with numbers and I'm doing it on paper and then I'm bringing it into the spreadsheet, right? So right now, if I borrowed the $3,000 from April Save to Sync, right? But then we know that by like April 10th, we have to add interest. So let's do that. Let's add in what we think the interest would be. I'm going to make interest about, I'm going to make interest about $230. That's what I think it's going to be, right? And I'm just doing this as, just in case. Actually, you know what? We're going to leave it at the 222. We'll leave it at the 222.01. No big deal. We're going to leave it at that because that's what's up on the spreadsheet. So what did I do? Let's go over this. March, right? We're at this number now. If I took the roof money and I dumped it in there, we're at 32. If I dumped April's into there, we're at 26. If I dump the Save to Sync, we're at 3. If we added in interest, we're at that. And then if I had to take the roof money back out, this is where we're at. Let me show you. We're at 33,897, all within the month of April, right? All within the month of April. So we've gone up, we've gone down. Don't even look at the interest because that's not being calculated correctly based on daily rate, right? But we're in a ballpark where we know that it's like $180, $190, right? So look at this. By May 1st, we're at 33,897, right? This is going to be May's payment, June, July, August, September. I'm still within the September, so I'm playing a game of back and forth, back and forth. But right now, what's so important is this. Do you see that I'm not at the highest amount of interest paid on a daily basis? I am knocking that down on a daily basis. So every day I'm playing with the numbers. And you know what? Roof money's going to come in. Maybe I'll have a little bit more into the Save to Sync. Who knows? But you know what? We don't know. But I'm going to play the game. No matter what, by December of this year, this debt's going to be gone. But I'm going to go back and forth with the funds. I'm going to throw money in, I'm going to pull money out. And that's the way I see this going from myself. Holy moly, hours into my day, and I sat here and I did the math and then I brought it into the spreadsheet. And what I did was this. Check this out, all right? If I pull money out for the roof, I have that amount. And then if I pay it down with April's pay, right? So this is how I did it. It's pay and all the Save to Sync money. So these numbers might change on a regular basis. So I'm gonna average the Save to Sync at $3,000 a month. Save to Sync, then interest, and then the bills come out. I don't think I'm gonna be using cash envelopes anymore. I don't think I'm going to. This month, we're gonna look at this. So anyways, so check this out. Pay, Save to Sync, interest, and then the bills come out. So I'm putting all the money in, and then I'm gonna pull the bills out. Pay in, Save to Sync, interest, bills. Then I pulled the money back out from the roof in April, right? So I put the roof in twice. I'm pulling the roof out for a total of 10, right? So I saved myself on interest. Now what I did was I started the interest out at 2 and then I dropped it to 150 and I left it at 150. So there's going to be a surplus, right? this is just me doing me. And check this out. I come into, so we got all of April, May, June, July, August, September. It looks like by, check this out, November's payment, I will have a negative amount due, meaning I'll have a positive. So not all of November's pay will have to go towards it because I'll have $45.90. Oh my gosh, depending on where life is lifing. And of course, you know what? In the grand scheme of life, without worrying about all of these envelopes, right? And having the monies for it, even though they're projected, especially this one, I'm going to have the money in there, but I'm still looking at being done this year. And that's with all the bills and all of the property taxes. That's where I'm at right now. So where am I leaving this video as of this moment? We're golden. So I'm going to show you the spreadsheet one more time, right? Let me show it to you. And if it would let me. This is what I did. If you look over here, I took all the bills for each month that's in my Save to Sync envelope. And then the Save to Sync extra for the $3,000, I added and subtract throughout this entire period. And this gets me till November. Now, that is just the projected, right? If I was to stay on point with money in envelopes and money not in envelopes, I want to show you this. This is where I'm at right now, right? So this is March. This would be April, May, June, July, August, September, without needing any additional monies for like the property taxes or anything like that. Could I still get to this? Oh yeah. But I'm giving myself till November with balancing in between. I hope that made sense. I hope that by looking at the two different spreadsheets that you actually can see, like, this is the fast track, and then the other one could definitely be part of reality with needing money for these envelopes, right? Let me go back to it. I know the spreadsheets look exactly the same, but they're really not. These numbers over here can change the game, especially September's. I don't want that money sitting in an envelope, waiting for me to have to use it. I want everything to go at this and come back out. And I'm going to watch it closely on this spreadsheet, which is going to track the interest. I know, I feel like this video was all over the place. I feel like I wrote things down 100 times, but I'm good with what I saw today. So as of right now, I am at $37,675 on this journey. And today is the 13th. Come Tuesday, I might knock that down by $5,000. I'm going to use the money from the roof. Yep, I'm going to play the game. So that's where I'm at right now. So I will keep you updated. You never know, you might get another update soon. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.